Hey guys, welcome back. This is Lucid. We are jumping back into Bumble Rumble. It's turn 70, and I'm getting us caught up to where my current turn is, which was turn 71, but now it's turn 72 because I didn't finish all this recording before I had to submit my turn. Anyway, turn 70. So, yeah, the war with Yes has been raging on, and I have put up Nexus for a second time, and it got dispelled. Fuck. Yeah. Look at that. So I really needed it up another turn. So these guys have been very industrious about pooling to take Nexus down. I mean, it's been more than industrious, right? They played it perfectly. They knew how many, I put, like 400 overcast or something crazy into the first one. They overcasted that on their first shot. And then they have stayed motivated and taken this other one down basically where I only have it up for a turn. So that is some shit. It's some deep, deep shit. Makes me angry. Angry! I don't think I'm gonna put it back up, guys. I've wasted so many fucking gems putting in it. Now, okay, it's not a complete waste because I've made other people alchemize too, but I've alchemized a ton. And hasn't got me shit except people going to war with me. So I think we're gonna let that dream die. It would have been awesome, and I think I was set up. I had a really early casting. I timed it at the same time that Pythium cast it. People were organized well enough. And I think maybe part of it was like people were in peace too much. Like there weren't major conflicts where people were scrambling to use all their gems. Or where they were like, it's harder to pool resources when you're fighting people because you don't really want to pool with enemies terribly often. So anyway, we have some teleports. Let's go see what the hell happened. We are attacking Yes here. This, I believe, is to just basically gem usage. Ring of Returning. We did not trigger gem usage, because though there were Ysian druids here, they did not have gems, which is not what I expected, by the way. I'll just put that out there. So this is just a complete waste of 3 pearls. I mean, we killed nothing. Okay. Perhaps I should have had him do Living Water. He might have done something. So Relay is attacking Havana Reese, and I think this is just their PD. No, this is a thug. I assume this guy's gonna get murdered. I don't know how he doesn't get murdered. Oh, water elementals? I think that is a guaranteed death. Paralyzed for 3 more turns. He may wake up, but no. Okay. You will not wake up from having your mind shattered. Okay, so Yes is attacking me here on top of Yes. Now, what do they have? They've got a fair amount of these guys, which are kind of crap. They've got about 10 or 15 Movark Knights, another bunch of these guys. They've got this person with a Robe of the Sea and a ring of water, or a bracelet of water, another Robe of the Sea. Their Pretender, who is a rainbow, and it's fire, air, water, earth, very high astral, and death. And with some pretty sick gear here. Look at all of that. Man, would I like to steal that. If I steal that, I will literally shit myself. Okay, on our side, we have our script. Now we don't have water gems, kind of a bitch. If we had water gems, I think this would be pretty easy, but we don't. Okay, they've cast Fog Warriors, which I think the Pretender cast it, I'm not sure. Somebody cast it. I think it might have been one of these guys. Okay, here's a little thug with some pretty good gear. I'm not sure who cast it, but they have Fog Warriors on. Now we have done Mass Protection on top of our Water Elementals, so they kind of don't suck. He has done Will of Fades, which is kind of a son of a bitch. I think these guys are hard to kill. Try killing them with Lucky. A lot of these frozen hearts, which would be killing these guys, I think is not. That's something that's happening here. No, we don't have a lot of battlefield-wide stuff up. We really don't have much up. We really just have mass protection, friendly currents. I think that's our friendly currents. Let's check. Yeah, that's ours. But this is not good. Thing is, like, versus Mistform, we're not doing shit. We do have some Liquefy coming out, which I think is our guys casting Liquefy. Quickness. No. These guys should be on advance and cast spells. Maybe his guys are casting Liquefy on me. Not sure. But we're turn colored squares on. You still can't really tell. But anyway, dark blue, light blue. The line is holding, but it's not holding well. He's got more water elementals. I think if I had water gems, I would have won this. Because right now it's not looking very good. I didn't have water elementals because I couldn't fucking restock very easily. Now, one of my guys here I know is gonna have a lot of water gems. He's this guy. I probably should have put him on unlimited casting. I didn't. What I wanted. This guy was teleporting in, and I wanted him to just, like, give these gems to everybody else next turn. I didn't think the attack would be this turn because I hadn't broken the fort yet. Turns out it was. So hopefully my guys get off because it is not looking like I'm gonna win at this point. Okay, and this thug right here is causing some problems with Ember. I would really like to steal Ember and then give it to my god. So if you could just die, please, and give it to me, that would be... Oh, did we kill her? Oh, no. That thug is doing a lot of damage. That thug has killed a ton of dudes. We'll have to look at the end and see how many they killed. You can see it's close, man. If I had gems, I totally would have won. God, it's so hard to kill. 38 defense. Holy shit. Okay, we hit her with Frozen Heart. It's the beginning of the end. Glamour's gone. Just a ton of shit spam coming from the back, though. Not looking good. Alright, run, guys. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. No, that thug, man. Look at her. She's just murdering stuff. I think she's quickened, too. Yeah. Just murdering things. Holy crap. Okay, we got a little bit of poison on her. Oh, but she's only got a couple HP left. Yes. Is this just a normal dude, or is there something special? Oh, it's a prophet. It's part of the reason it's so sick. I think we're gonna kill her just from poison. How many HP does she have? 1? 0? Do they have Undying? Undying 6. Holy shit, we might not get her. Do we not get her? Guys, I don't think we got her. Oh, but she's -2, and with Undying, that means she's gonna die after the battle. Get wrecked. Okay, so I say get wrecked, but really, the person who got wrecked here was me. I lost 2 Ivy Kings with tons of gear, so that's at least like 100 nature gems. 4 Kings of the Deep with probably a reasonable amount of gear. So that's probably another 40 gems. Queen, a whole fucking army. We killed 14 Movarks, so not nothing. We killed this lady, their prophet, not nothing. I mean, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. So anyway, that's yes. Let's see how bad it continues to go. Okay, we try to break out of our fort, and apparently there's somebody on top. So I actually send Relay a message, and I'm like, hey dude, I thought you said we were napped now. Why did you not take your guys off? And he's like, oh, I forgot. Mm-hmm. Okay. Shiniyama decides to attack me. So he had ended our nap, and he is now launching his much-anticipated 3 turns in the making attack with 10 Kappas. Kappa. I didn't do this PD dump for him. This was just here as a relic of the Pelagian War. Good job, buddy. We were happy to take these 20 gold I mean, this, you know, it's like 400 gold, something. Not that much, but, you know, I mean, it's a fair amount. Like 300 gold on this shit. So he attacks again down here. What is he going to attack with this time? This time it's another mighty force of Kappas, and we have a different and weaker PD, so let's see how this goes. Maybe Kappas will come through. This is honestly, man, like, look, what were these Kappas gonna do? Like, I know, like, you think I'm gonna have nothing on my border when you attack me? If I had literally anything, like, aside from just, like, 6 PD, then these guys would die. If I had a thug, these guys would die. Probably. If I had... That's maybe the one thing that could kill is like a poorly geared thug. If I had water elemental spammers, which is kind of like the default, you would die. You know, like, if I had a PD dump, you would die. If I had an army, you would die. There's like 100 things I could have, and you would die. If I had 6 PD or had a shitty thug, yeah, you could kill him. But hey man, always happy to take care of upkeep problems. If you got an upkeep problem, I am your man. Here's my golem coming in with his fluffer. So his fluffer is going to put Iron Warriors on him. And so with Iron Warriors, golems are actually pretty gnarly. 30 protection is a lot. You're kind of getting shot at back here, but we do have Iron Warriors on myself, or Iron Skin, and Ethereal, so probably be okay. Now, there are some Movarks here. And this I was not expecting. We were just kind of raiding, and I think this was like counter-raiding dudes. And I didn't show you, but actually we'll go back and watch that. One of these guys had thug gear on them. And I think they might have even been anticipating that my golem was going to come, because the thug gear is anti-thug. Like, I mean, this doesn't indicate they thought the golem was coming, because Shield of Gleaming Gold doesn't do shit to a golem, but an Axe of Hate will work on, I mean, the fatigue part will work on golems. So if they got a couple hits off, like while the golem was distracted with my PD, they could kind of kill him. So it appears this was an intercept, and this could work. In theory. The problem, though, is they don't have shock resistance. And the Shocking Grasp is not random. It is going to target the highest valued single target, which, in this case, is going to be this little thug. And, yeah, I mean, she has 10 shock resistance, but that's not enough to keep her from getting zapped. So, yeah, I think she's zapped right now. Or is that somebody else? Yeah, she's zapped. You can see she's stunned. Which my golem can actually hit her. And then with the brand, it's like Firebrand. They have a little bit of fire. Well, this might be enough. I don't know if the fire stuff is getting through, but... Yeah, okay, she's dead. Oh, no, that was somebody else who died. Yeah, and she got zapped again. So... This is really... If I didn't have the lightning shield, very possible I would have lost this. Lightning shield's good shit, man. And it's one of the things I didn't really think it was that good until I started getting my ass kicked by people that had lightning shields. And I'm like, oh, maybe I should copy them. So, yeah, we got a Shield of Gleaming Gold and Armor of the Knights. It's going to be sitting on this Iron Adept. And coming down here, we are attacking, yes, with... I think this was a... This is just... This guy has a chest wound. So he's like a little tomahawk missile, and he doesn't It doesn't buff up much because he gets fatigued out really fast. And he can't kill many people because he gets fatigued out really fast. But he's going to do Summon Earth Power. He's going to do Iron Skin. And he's got that 4 Reinvigoration while he's got like 10 Encumbrance. And he's going to just run in, murder very quickly. If you murder things quickly enough, it solves a lot of problems. Solves fatigue problems. Okay, we just got fatigued out, so we're right on the cusp of dying here. I mean, they routed, but we're close. So this guy might need to take a little break. Spend some time in the library, you know. Get a desk job. He's spent enough time in the field. Or we'll just send him into combat. We'll see. We're storming one of his forts. There's not much in here. There's a few Kurnow Druids. Now, Kurnow Druids can kind of mount an impressive defense. Because they get a bunch of random paths, and with the Communion and stuff, you can do enlarge. And, yeah, if people are doing Magic Duel, you're kind of in trouble. But Iron Warriors, giving regen to everybody. Like, if you have one Communion Master, and they all do a little buff, you do it again. Do regen, personal regen, gives it to everybody. You do enlarge, elemental fortitude and stuff. Like everybody can have a ton of resists, 20 protection, temper flesh, luck. It gets a little crazy. Which all of that is just going to slow down the rate at which people kill you. But if you can keep something up like Hal, which is also something you can do with a reasonably small Communion, these guys can do some pretty good work. Okay, so we got that from him, which was pretty nice. We lost a couple dudes, which don't really care about. The Merc's job is done. We have a diseases spreading event. Those kind of suck. Another disease is spreading. Jesus Christ, in Pangea. We got some death gems. We got a treasure, so we got marble armor, which is pretty nice, and 2,000 gold, a few jumps, pretty sweet. Another treasure, we got a wave breaker and some more gems and a bunch of gold, so sweet. Look guys, luck is pretty legit, just gonna say. Wave breaker is pretty nice. It's an item I probably should have been using, and I think I'm gonna start using it more. Just have it turn 1 when in your armies. It's gonna help with fatigue. Yeah, it's a good item. We're searching here with these guys. Okay, so let's talk about what happened. So our guys retreated. They're right here and here from getting our ass kicked on Yes. Shiniyama's attacking me, but Relay's getting off. TNG theoretically can attack me basically anytime now, which is annoying. We're probably gonna have to drop Murdering Winter on his ass. I don't really want to do it in his Dominion because he's got Gifts of Health up. And I also have noticed, I think it's on this turn I find out, TNG is not just using these Gifts of Health to make his humans a little more robust. He's got a tart factory going, and so he's spamming out tarts. And he's using these tarts to kill Ulm. So he's now eating Ulm. Now, the thing is, and maybe I should start raiding him. I think maybe I should. The thing is, I don't really want to fight this war yet, but I've got to think about it. Attacking TNG means I may lose this little foothold. But it also means, like, I could potentially slow down his eating of other players. So, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. This is a little kind of weird. The thing is, I think ideal state, and I could be wrong, is that I pour all my resources into finishing this war with Yes. This war with Yes is expensive, right? Like, Yes was a strong player when I attacked them. They had a very big, they were probably as big or bigger than me. They were Yes's favorite in the matchup on land. But it was opportunistic. There were a few good opportunities, and he made some mistakes early with not fully respecting my god enough. Because Mr. Hands demands a lot of respect. And, yeah, so because of that, it kind of has worked out, but it's just proven, especially with this. If I got their cap this soon, it would have been okay, but this is just proving ridiculously expensive. So now what are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna get back on top of this cap. We cannot fight Yis while letting them crank out Movarks and have a efficient war. So we're gonna get on top of this cap as soon as we can. We're gonna throw more guys here on top of this fort. We're gonna continue shuttling troops this way. I think everywhere else I'm just gonna play defensive war. We're sieging down this fort. So, I mean, Yis is losing major ground, right? Major ground. But the question isn't like whether I can win. I have to eat Yes quickly enough so that TNG is a manageable problem with a bunch of tarts running around. Now, I have a lot of ways to deal with tarts. I have teleporting astral mages who can like enslave mine them, which would be kind of cool. Because I've got the MR gear. I'm totally set up for that. I'm set up to do a lot of things. But yeah, it's gonna be tricky. Gonna be a little tricky. Okay, what else? Yeah, actually not too much going on. We're basically just moving here. We're moving into the ocean. Now, there's a decent chance that we have a fight here. The fight here, I think I've got my script. Basically, we're bringing a shit ton of water gems. Like, everybody's got a lot. Almost everybody. I think I kind of ran out, didn't give him that many, but he's basically going to be doing Earth stuff. We got anti-magic going up. We've got shark attack coming up. And what I've tried to do in my script is get living water out early. And then we've got Army of Gold, which, bada bing, bada boom, in case you didn't notice, Alt 9 we finished. So that is a major milestone for us. What Alt 9 means now, too, is we are in prime readiness to win wars. We've got Army of Gold, we've got Acid Storm, and we've got Mass Regen. So, very few people are going to be able to fight me. The problem is I don't really have enough nature mages everywhere to cast Mass Regen. So, I don't need to use these Vine Ogres. I'm sorry, Vine Kings anymore for mass protection. Their entire job now is mass regen. So anyway, that's that. So anyway, this army is coming down here, and yeah, we're just gonna bowl into whoever comes here to fight us. And we've got a ton of water gems, and I'm just gonna be throwing. You can see I've got 50 water income. I'm basically putting all those on guys, and we're turning them into water elementals, and we're gonna win this war with Yis. Not what I want to do with them. Like, I would rather put them in more like other things, but we need to win this war. Like, that's the first priority by a long freaking stretch. Yeah, okay, so let's see what else. So here we're going to site search. I'm guessing that they're probably going to raid, and I don't feel like... Golems, look, they're kind of fragile super combatants, and throwing them on top of here, there's like 50 different ways they could kill him. So we're not going to play that game, but if we put him behind PD and he's doing like a light counter-raiding force, could work. So that's kind of the plan. We're going to go ahead and site search and bump up PD and see if that catches anything. Mr. Thug here is going to run inside this fort, and hopefully he can help take it. We're moving these green lions here on top of this fort. We should be breaking through this fort, I think, next turn. And yeah, that's basically it. We're going to be preparing to go back on top of Yis again. Oh, one last thing. I'm going to go ahead. This guy is teleporting on top of Yis, and he's basically going to summon some water elementals, and then do liquid body, and then hopefully liquefy one or two people. And so Yis doesn't necessarily have any PD on top, so if it doesn't have PD, we'll kill it, and then we'll put it under siege and get income from it, stop mage recruitment, and it will prevent him from doing a PD dump next turn when my army will be coming through. So that is the thinking for that. What I expect Yis will do is take this little army and maybe ride out... Actually, I don't know. Yeah, the thing is, riding out for Yis is actually dangerous, because I could do PD dumps in any of these provinces here. And then this army could come and reinforce. So it's dangerous to ride out. And then here, obviously, if he rides out here, we could move our army. So it's tricky. I don't know what he's going to do. But we'll find out very shortly. And we've got a hole in the global enchantment slot, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But we'll find out. Okay, so it's turn 70. Let's go ahead and pull up the next turn. Which is turn 71. Now... Turn 71. Let's take a look. A message from Vanarus. Okay, so... Vanarus, I had sent Vanarus a message basically saying, hey, we should be allies, blah, blah, blah. And looks like you attacked Relay. And he says, no, I didn't. He's just bitching around because I accidentally raided one of his provinces while I was fighting Ulm. I didn't want to fight him. It's just a random mistake. So after a long... Or random mistake after a long day. Somewhat that was surprisingly convenient for him. And he promptly started a shit chat via Discord. So my plan for the next 10 to 20 turns is just to piss him off. By the way, you can sell me some underwater breathing items. So this is an extremely good development for me. Not only just in the fact that I did not really want to fight Relay yet, but yeah, he's apparently wanting to go underwater. And let me tell you, do you guys know how much more, like, if Vanarus conquers any of Relay, I would rather fight Vanarus underwater like 100 times more than I would rather fight Relay. So anyway, message from Yes, gloating a little bit after his victory at his capital. Hands off my beautiful capital. We will fight you in the water, we will fight you in the water, and then we will fight you in the water. We shall never surrender. I think that's a Winston Churchill kind of riff, but... yeah. Okay, Arcane Probing, we found a Starlit Pond. The other thing I noticed, that I haven't necessarily site searched all of Pangea's lands for Astral, which it's unlikely they'll be heavily site searched for Astral. So, we found, what, 2 Starlit Ponds? So that's like 2 more Astral, pretty sweet. We found a Tar Pits, so continuing to get the gem income up. Okay, now... Oh, there's something else I didn't tell you. So, I was thinking that Shiniyama's probably going to attack me in this fort, so I have some guys patrolling. The patrol is basically pretty simple. We're making some water elementals, and I think we're casting Army of Gold. And I think that's about it. I don't think maybe we're doing Foul Vapors too. Can't remember. Poison Ward. Okay, I cast Poison Ward, but I don't hit a lot of the important people. And then I put up Foul Vapors, and then I summoned a bunch of Water Elementals, and I do Army of Gold. Now, what does he have? He's got some Bakemono Whites, and when I first saw this, I thought they were the Sorcerers, but no, they're the whitified version, so they can go underwater. They are thugged out. This one's got a Spirit Helm. So they've got a lot of Spirit Helms. There's a lot. These are not lightly thugged out dudes, like 10, 15, 20, 25, 30... 40, 45 gems, and this guy's even more. What is it? I forget, this is 15. So 20, 35, 40, 45, 55, 65. Oh, that one he didn't pay for. And then, like, similar deal, and then this guy, they got one Skelly Spammer in the back, and then this guy... Why you put a stone idol on a golem? I'm not really sure about this, buddy. Spell Focus, so this guy's, I guess, going to be casting Enslaved Mind or something. And I mean, I can see what you're thinking. Like, I see the thought process, right? The thought process is you have one guy making chaff, you have 2 thugs that are going to run in and kill things, and they're pretty good thugs. But they can't do a lot of their stuff underwater, like Phoenix Pyre you can't do. Yeah. And then you have this guy who's going to be like counter thug, you know, blasting and slave minder stuff. Problem though is like, now this Thunder Whip is actually kind of nice because okay, you want shock resistance if you're gonna do it because you can zap your own self, but I do have shock weakness after doing Army of Gold. I was not expecting the air attacks. So the Spirit Helms actually are going to be more effective than they would normally be, and so will like his Thunder Whips. The problem though is you're fighting an underwater nation with 50 water income, and yeah, this setup is not going to work at all against that. Let's see, how many of these water elementals will they kill? Like, I wasted too many gems on water elementals. I didn't need this many. I'm just gonna murder everybody. So, how did that go for them? Well, we killed all their guys. We got a shit ton of items for free. We lost one of our Darkseers. This was because Poison Ward missed, and so I zapped myself with whatever. We lost a few War Shamblers because Poison Ward missed. Foul Vapors. I probably didn't need to do Foul Vapors. I was thinking that he was going to have like 10 or 15 Bakemono sorcerers with the little shrouds or whatever, Shambler skins, and they were going to march their ass underwater, and it was going to be a lot of Skelly spam. Not like one guy, but like a lot of guys. So, like, if he did that, I needed to have Foul Vapors up. Or not needed to, but it would be good. But as it turns out, it was a little bit of a double-edged sword for me, just then I killed some of my own stuff. But he got absolutely shat upon. And, like, if you look at what I lost versus what I got, like, I would please attack me every turn and give me a Skull Staff, a Spirit Helm, Boots of the Messenger, an Acorn Necklace, Precious, and a Starshine Skull Cap. Like, yeah, I'll trade a Deep Seer every single turn, and 9 War Shamblers every turn for that. Please. So I basically, after this, I sent a message to Shinigami, and I've been telling Shinigami, like, look, dude, what are you doing? Like, why would you attack me? And we've gone through it before, but the key arguments are, you're not going to win against me underwater. If you did win against me underwater, you would never be able to hold it from relay. And, like, for you to win, you need to attack somebody whose land you can keep, and then keep it. And anyway, the obvious person for him is Tianchi, because, like, he has an enormous border with Tianchi. And so I was like, yeah, get a coalition with, like, with Pythium, and y'all attack Tianchi or something. It doesn't make any sense. So, and especially if I'm not going to put Arcane Nexus back up. Anyway, so he thought about it for, I think, a day or two, and was like, okay, fine, we can have a nap. And I was like, at first he was like, well, I'll give you a nap, but, like, with conditions, like, you need to stop fighting Yis or something. He was worried about me killing Yis. I was like, look, dude, Yis is gonna die. I've tried to make peace with Yis several times, where it was like, okay, I get all of my land plus, like, a lot of the additional land, because I'm gonna get this land in our war. And he was like, I don't know if Yis didn't necessarily agree with that. I mean, he was very civil about the whole thing. He's like, yeah, I don't know if I'm ready to give up all this land, which is a reasonable thing. But I was like, yeah, I'll leave your underwater and you can go attack somebody else. But he's like, no, I don't think so. So, there's no, like, slowing down the war with Yis. The war with Yis, I have to take the head off. Otherwise, it's going to bleed me dry. And I was like, look, I've already basically won the war with Yis. Like, once you kill all of Yis's Movark Knights, you've basically won, and I've done that. Which, on second thoughts, I probably shouldn't have told him. I don't really want it getting out how weak Yis is. It will speed the rate at which other people kind of go and cannibalize him off. But I don't know if I'm necessarily against that. But we'll see. Okay. So anyway, after all that, he was trying to make conditions for me to end my, or for him to reestablish a nap with me. I was like, no, like, we can have a nap if you want, or you can keep donating items to me. Like, I didn't know I knew it was a strategically bad idea for you to attack me, but tactically, maybe you had some way you thought you could win underwater. Like, you clearly don't. So, if you want to keep donating items, be my guest. Be my guest. I didn't take these items off. They're still patrolling, which is dumb, but whatever. Okay, so I think that is damn near... Oh, we've got a battle here with Vanarus. Or wait, here's a battle with Yes. So, we were going and attacking this little ocean province, and, yeah, okay, just PD. Coming down here... Vanarus is going on the offensive here. He's got 2 Archdevils. Kind of cool little kits on them. They have decently high natural protection, so even though this guy doesn't have a hat, it should be okay. I don't know why he's not putting hats on them. Probably want to put a cheap hat once you put that other stuff. But anyway, they will kill these guys. So, that is that. Tritons are... I guess they're gonna do that next turn. I don't think I noticed this event. Shit. Yeah, okay. Time to edit turn orders for next turn. So anyway, we've got this army here. We're gonna move them on top of Yis's cap. Now, oh, we didn't show you this battle. I pinged Yis's cap with this guy to try to take it, and it didn't work. Because he's patrolling with an army. I guess he thought I might attack, which is a very unlikely move for me to do, like with an actual army. Like, I had a few guys that were adjacent that could come back in, but like, he shattered the shit out of my army. There's very little chance I'm gonna like take that army and run back into his cap. But he's patrolling, and if he patrolled with less, it's very possible that, like, significantly less, very possible that 2 rounds of living water could kill him. 2 rounds of living water is pretty serious. But no, he's patrolling with a lot, and you guys are gonna evaporate now. But if you notice what we did, we basically made him use Fog Warriors. He summoned a shit ton of water elementals, a ton of School of Sharks. I don't know what all else he cast. Friendly Currents. He cast probably a lot of shit. I didn't even see all of it. So, yeah. Did any other important buffs go off? I don't see, like, Will of Fates or anything. So, he wasted a shit ton of gems on that. So, that was pretty sweet, and we got to see what he was doing. So, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna come in here and attack him. I'm going to ping his cap again with a magic phase attack with this guy. Now, when Ring of Returning triggers, it sends my guys back home to the capital, and so I kind of have been moving them out of the capital more towards the war front, like these 2 dudes here. So they're kind of moving back out, because from my capital it's a little too far for them to teleport all the way into Yis. But the thought is, if we hit him with a magic phase attack, and look, I mean, this is not going to kill anything. But if we do that, then it's going to be very difficult for him to have enough gems after this long, grueling war we've had. He's probably pretty tight on gems. So he would have to put a shit ton of gems on his guys to both deal with the magic phase attack and then also with my dudes, like my army. So my army's coming in. We've got basically anti-magic going up. We're doing a bunch of... This is pretty much the same script. A bunch of living water on the first round after summon water power. Army of Gold going off round 3. Round 2, we've got some more living water, but we've also got things like Shark Attack and Frostfend and Grip of Winter. So this is what the battle on his capital should have looked like if I had gems for my guys. Which will be, I think, a lot different. But in addition, hopefully I can gem bait out like Fog Warriors and some other stuff so I can't cast that the second time. We're also just gonna chill out here with this guy with our bunch of PD. I don't think I mentioned this before. We put him here, basically, I was thinking, he's been doing these little raids with Yissian Druids, and we're basically doing a trap for that. We got 40 PD, which is a lot, and then 40 PD when you have somebody with Shark Attack behind it with advanced cast spells, gonna ruin a lot of stuff. So that's the thought process. I don't think there's a way. I mean, if he did a huge amount of water elementals, for him to efficiently take this with just druids, it's gonna be rough. I mean, with like fog warriors and an army, he could take it without losses, but like druids coming in spamming water elementals, not gonna go well against this. In terms of fort sieging, we have breached Urfil, which is this one down here. The Sacred Lake. Oh wait, no. Blue Beauty. The walls are moderately damaged. More time is required to break them down. My siege strength isn't super high here. It's only 105, and I think he has troops inside. So that kind of sucks. Anything else in particular? Yeah, we're gonna be storming this. Basically, horde of skeletons. This guy's doing mass protection. I don't think I have my Army of Gold caster here. Spamming this. I didn't really mess with the script too much, but basically spamming out Frozen Heart, horde of skeletons should be fine. With a few of these guys to deal with any kind of thuggy elements he might have. My dog's playing with my keyboard. Should work fine. We've also got these guys moving in, so this is now going to be actually kind of properly defended. We've got a Wraith Lord who's going to be coming over this way. Yeah, we're actually building up a reasonably sized army on this border now, so I may choose to attack Shiniyama later. I'm not sure. It was definitely not part of my plan for the foreseeable future, but I'm gonna have to decide what to do after I kill Yis, if I kill Yis. If I kill Yis reasonably quickly, best case for me is there is a coalition against TNG and I jump on board that. If everything's in a stalemate, I'll probably eat Ulm before TNG can finish it. And then... there's a Tartarian here. Eek. Yeah, not good. Probably need to go ahead and make plans to take this. Probably anybody with Army of Gold can just, like Army of Gold and Fell Vapors can just walk in and kill them. Probably need to put a little more thought into it than that, but... this is a really good province. I probably want this too. We'll see. It's going to give me more land to defend, which I'm not sure I'm super excited. I'm not sure about this one, but I definitely want this one. This is apparently a really good site. So anyway, we have to defend. We have to decide what we're going to do after we take Yis out, if we do take Yis out. Ideally, coalition against TNG, first option. Second option... if Pythium, I'm exposed to Pythium. I'll be exposed to TNG if he attacks Ulm. Which he already has, but I mean, like, once he's conquered Ulm. I have a lot of ways to deal with Tarts, though. What else? Pythium... yeah, attacking Shiniyama would not be horrible. Attacking Gurule is also an option. We'll see. The amount of resources I just throw away every turn fighting, like, that I lose to Relay is kind of astounding. And it's pretty close to my upkeep. Let's take a quick look at graphs real quick. So graphs... province is looking good. Fort's looking good. Income looking pretty good. Gym income looking pretty good. Research... kind of leveled off here. Dominion, you can see we've plateaued now. We're going to plateau again pretty much until we can conquer Yis and get like underwater forts and temples. Army size, you can see we're kind of plateauing off. This is the war with Yis. It's getting pretty grindy. Ascension points, we're okay. Yeah, the other thing I'll say is I've been doing actually a fair amount of Diplo in Discord at this point in the game. Basically, everybody's thinking I'm going to Throne Rush, and I've already spent some time talking with you about why that's not going to happen. Like, I would have to kill Pythium and Relay and maybe other people. And like TNG's, there's a throne over here. The TNG's gonna get this one, which is Yis's. It's like, look, man, the idea of me throne rushing is just ridiculous. The other thing, and the nap I have with Shiniyama, I think is voided if any of us get 10 throne points, which, like, I'm not very close to doing. I have to get 2 more thrones. I might get 1 more, but I think the point at which I get 2 more is going to be pretty distant in the future. Okay, so that is basically it. We're continuing to pull resources into the Yes, kind of doubling down on that. Now, I actually made a trade this turn where somebody... Vanaru's going to be sending me a bunch of money, and I'm going to be sending him water-breathing items. I should have been doing it this turn. Like, I think I even have them in my inventory. What the hell are you? Oh, there's nothing else for this guy to do here. I probably should move him over this way. But, like, I've got these in my inventory. I was going to send these 3 to him this turn. I told him I would. And then I forgot to. So, anyway, tune in the next episode, and you will see me get a bunch of money from Vanarus, and hopefully decide to actually send him the items. Anyway, take care, guys. See ya.